We quickly approach America's 250th birthday. We're shining a light on everyday people making an impact in our communities. And today we're in Slavic Village, where what looks like a museum is actually one man's life on display.
Mike Polk Jr. takes us inside to meet this man behind the collection and the stories that you really have to see to believe.
Walking into Darl Schaaff's home is a little overwhelming.
I bought the building 3 years ago. I bought the building just to put my stuff in. This is 20,000 square feet and it's full. There's not a square inch that isn't full of stuff. My house looks like a museum.
In fact, just talking to Darl Schaaff is itself a little overwhelming.
I was invited by John F. Kennedy's sister to come to Washington, D.C. to perform at the Kennedy Center. And while I'm there, I'm friends with Jamie Wyeth and these people, and he says, "Do you know Andy Warhol?" I go, "No." So I go hang out with Andy Warhol for the day, and I end up that night, Elizabeth Taylor comes to my dinner table and asks if she could join me.
This is what's in store for you if you visit the Darl Center for the Arts, located on Broadway Avenue in the Slavic Village area of Cleveland. An array of objects from beautiful to baffling, weird to wonderful, all collected by one man from almost every continent on the globe. How did all these objects wind up in this one space? Have a seat, clear your schedule. We're gonna be here a while.
When I was 4 years old, I started studying classical ballet. I also spent 50 years studying martial arts, and I've trained and competed all over the world. In 1981, I'm in Alaska. I helped organize the Pope's tour.
Believe me when I say that this is a very small sampling of the stories that Darl has ready to roll out. And the surroundings are as varied and eclectic as the man himself.
Can you explain to me where I am right now?
You are sitting in Andrew Carnegie's oldest existing library in Cleveland, Ohio. It was built in 1904, one of the only 10-sided buildings in the United States. So it's both historically and architecturally a pretty important building in Cleveland.
It doesn't seem like it's a library anymore. What is it now?
It's called the Darl Center. My personal collection of stuff, because I've had a very interesting life.
With over 700 objects and constantly growing, Darl wanted to share his life's collection with the community free of charge. Just set up an appointment and he'll be more than happy to tell you the tale behind whatever catches your eye.
When I first went to Alaska, that's a long story you're not going to get. The reaction has been this wonderful sense of shared ownership, I think is the best way to describe it. People in the community are very proud of it.
You could have brought your treasures to any city. Why did you bring them to Cleveland when you're not even from here?
Well, when I first started coming here, I became friends with Frank Jackson, who was the mayor at the time. And he asked me the same question, and he said, "I'm flattered, but why?" And I said, "Well, you know, it reminds me of Europe because there's a great history." And I said, "You have wonderful architecture, and parts of the city look like they were bombed."
And I haven't even told you about the theater space in the lower level currently hosting productions. At this point, I realize you still may be asking, wait, what is this place about? And that's okay. It's a place that kind of defies description. You need to experience it for yourself. The same might be said about Darl.
When you walk in the door here, it says, if you wanted to put on display what your life collected, what would that look like? Because this is what my life looked like.
This is Mike, currently rethinking my entire home's interior design for 3 News.